Hey everybody, welcome back to M.O.G Fishing. Today I'm just going to be showing y'all how I tie my leader knot. If you're doing whatever, braid to fluorocarbon, if you're doing braid to monofilament, if you're doing monofilament to fluorocarbon to fluorocarbon, doesn't really matter. This is the knot that I live and breathe by, which most people do, and it is the FG knot. Now the way that I tie it, I've seen some people tie it in this way. I think it is one of the easiest ways because you do not have to use your mouth. It's all in the hands. So, I'm going... Hey y'all, so I switched up camera angles here to give y'all a little better of a view. So, starting off, we're going to have braid in the left pinky, or if you're right hand, it's the other way. I'm left-handed, so it's just easier for me to do it this way. Pinky right here, braid in this hand. Your leader line you want in this hand. This is connected to my spinning reel, which is over here, but it's just, I have my camera right here for a little better tension. Now, my spinning reel is set up on the side. And I have it to where there's a little bit of tension, so you can see, like, if whatever I try to flick this, it's just gonna go right back. And I want that tension. I want that tension to make that knot. Now, for your leader line, you don't really need, like, all this is kind of flimsy because all you're doing is wrapping around this one. But for your leader line, you do want some tension there. Now, how I'm gonna start this is I'm gonna start under, so you can see how that's under. So I'm gonna start under, and then I'm gonna wrap first to me and then away. So I'm going to wrap down. So I'm going to me. I'm going down with the fluorocarbon. So let's see, that goes down. And then I'm going back over and down again. And I'm basically just finishing this by making a figure 8. So I'm going down and over, down and over. And as you're going, you're basically just tightening this down and then making sure it doesn't get loose. So as you can see, I'm going down, and you can already see that knot kind of form. But the biggest thing is making sure you have that tension on that line. Because if you don't have any tension, then that knot is just going to break right away. So you can see every time I do that underhand and overhand, it's getting a little bit tighter, and that braid is sliding into place where it needs to slide, and that line is just going perfectly to where it needs to be. And sometimes your finger might slip or whatever, fall back, so it's okay just to wrap it, get a little bit closer. Kind of helps me out every once in a while. And now to end this, I'm doing a uni knot. So I'm taking that fluorocarbon in this hand and just a little, not uni, but an overhand knot. So an overhand knot there. One more overhand knot, like so. Then I'm gonna take my braid and do the same thing. Take my braid, I'm gonna do a little overhand. And I'm gonna do another little overhand, tighten that. Tighten my strings again. Make sure my uni knots are good. Okay, they are. My overhand knots. Tighten my lines one more time. And the thing about an FG knot is, with an FG knot, the more this line pulls and gets tighter, the more fluorocarbon is just gonna stick out. So you can cut that tag in really, really close. So I usually cut my tag in. I mean, I'm not like crimping it to where it's hitting the knot, but I'm hitting it close enough to where there's not much there. I'll show y'all here in a second. Make sure I don't hit the knot here. So that is really close, but y'all can see what I mean. So like you can barely see that fluorocarbon. It's barely there, but the more that this knot gets used, the more I cast, the more I set the hook, that tag end will get just a little bit bigger, so you don't really have to worry about it. But that's the thing with an FG knot right here, is you see how small that knot is, and there is basically no difference between that knot and these two lines. So that thing is just going to glide through those eyelets, no problem. I'm going to have no issues. And especially having bigger diameter line, whenever using that if it's for salt water, and or same thing for fresh water, if you have a big knot, then it's just clanking in your eyelets and just destroying your eyelets. So having a good smooth knot like that is going to be perfect. And I've tried Alberto knots. I've tried the uni to uni. For me, the uni to uni is too big, and the Alberto is just, it breaks too much. I've had too many problems with the Alberto knot, and so this one for me is just easier, it's quicker, and overall it's just one of the strongest knots, and you're not gonna have any problems with it. So there y'all go. Well, I just want to end this off by saying thanks for watching. That's how I tie an FG knot. I know some people do it differently, some people do mouth, but I don't really want to have my fishing line in my mouth, so I do my pinkies. It's an easy way to tie that FG knot, and I feel like it's also one of the quickest ways to do it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.